Oh, I didn't even write down the topics. That's fucking hilarious.
I guess we're freewheeling this one, eh?
Willy-nilly. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Intro. Talking about winging it.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? Okay. I'm looking at the camera and I think I'm saying, thanks for tuning in. My name is Cosmo, and then you go, my name is Ken, and then today's topic, but we don't know today's topic.
Oh, I do. Okay. Go.
Okay.
Get yourself a drink and some snacks to start chilling with Ken and Cosmo. You are now listening to Tune In and Chill.
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Cosmo.
And my name is Ken, and you are tuning into Tune In and Chill. By the way, I was just hearing the news about what was it called? TikTok.
Big splash
and
of news.
WeChat. Yeah, WeChat. Did you hear about the fact that they are planning to ban it by, I believe, WeChat is supposed to get banned by September 20th or something, which is 2 days ago, I think it was. And then TikTok has a bit of room to breathe for up until November, I think just after the election or something. Do you use TikTok?
Nah, I mean, I downloaded it. I've only used it a few times, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't invested much time in that at all.
Wasn't there some news that apparently TikTok's also looking at a different company to buy them out?
Yeah, so basically what it is I think Donald Trump, he gave Oracle, there's a company called Oracle in the States.
Yeah.
And he basically gave his blessing to Oracle. This is exactly how it was worded. Trump gave his blessings to Oracle to be able to make a deal with TikTok. But if they can't figure it out by, I think, whatever that deadline is in November, that just basically means that Trump's just going to eliminate TikTok from all the app stores. But I don't know, like, if they say ban, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they ban it from the App Store, but does that actually mean they ban it from, like, anyone having it on their phone? Like, do you think it'll be to the point where they'll start fining people?
Well, I think they're going to just try and restrict service. So, like, if you open it up, it just won't work. Like, I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like, oh, well, you're in United States of America. The region is not supported. Something like that. Because TikTok is online based, right? So you gotta log into the internet.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you use a VPN, you might be able to get around it, but
yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea what they're gonna do.
Yeah, because I saw yeah, definitely up in the air. Because I saw something of an article on, I think it was Daily Hive or something like that. And then some people are saying like, oh, I'm so glad that I'm in Canada, right? Like, majority of the people are Asian just because of where the demographic of TikTok and WeChat comes from is mostly in Asia. So then a lot of the Asians are saying, I'm so glad I'm in Canada, not in the States, because if it does get blocked, then I'll like die or whatever. They can't live without it. But then I go on there and I'm just like, I commented, I'm good without both. I don't really I've never invested so much time into TikTok. I just had a feeling that one day this day would come. Just because I know that the power struggle between China and US was like long before Trump even existed into like office. And then WeChat is majority of the people like know about it, but they don't use it. I don't know if you don't use it, but you've heard of it.
I've heard of it. Yeah. I believe a lot of businesses take WeChat too. WeChat Pay.
Yeah, WeChat Pay. There's Alipay. So It's growing.
We all pay.
We all. That would be a good merchant company. You should make that one up. But no, I was like thinking that the way that they're growing in terms of taking payment, now I guess they're going to have to close all that, because if you can't use some of these, and I don't think it's just TikTok and WeChat that are going to get banned. I'm actually thinking that all Chinese apps are going to get banned one day.
Yeah, I was somebody was saying that other apps are going to be scrutinized as well, like other companies as well. So it's not just those two. This could be just a start.
Yeah. Well, it's tough for China, but I mean, like I said, I don't think it would make so much of a difference in Western countries, unless in the business world. I think it'll impact the business world a lot, just because everyone does business with China, right? Like when it comes to manufacturers and stuff like that. So, and I don't know if they're going to eventually ban like AliExpress and Alibaba. Like, you know, those are Chinese websites that are aggregating factories in China, so people from Western countries can like contact them and get quotes for different stuff. A lot of people depend on those type of websites for running Shopify websites, to be able to interlink them so you can run a Shopify online store, so it's integrated like seamlessly. But then if that gets cut off too, then, you know, what are we going to do for those people doing e-commerce as a living?
You know what it's going to do? It's going to be the push for the Industrial Revolution in Canada and the United States. That's what's going to happen. I mean, that's one thing with the whole pandemic. It just shows that you can't rely on one country to provide everything. It's like you've got to be able to sustain yourself in event of an emergency.
Yeah, especially when the country that you depend on, which I mean is China, when they were pushing out those masks from like when they had short supply, and a lot of countries are just sending them back just because they're like shit quality. Yeah. So that was really bad. I almost didn't even want to buy anything to do with China at that point in time, just because the quality just wasn't there.
They were just literally just shipping out as fast as they can.
Yeah. It was stupid. But like it's affecting everyone. It's affecting Apple with some of their production as well.
It's affecting everybody.
Yeah. But I'm actually still surprised that there are companies that are getting stuff done, like that are getting stuff pushed out there. You know, like GoPro and stuff. I'm pretty sure some of their manufacturing should be in China as well. But
I mean, you're still able to get stuff out there. It's just quantities is not like full production line. Like everything's just slowed down.
Yeah, and a lot of people have pulled their projects out of China, and then now they're kind of doing what Nike's doing in terms of distributing their factory and their manufacturing to Southeast Asia, Europe, and all these different places. And factual thing here, if you ever go into Google and you type in Nike factories, right? You can actually see the amount of factories that Nike has, which is an insane amount. I'm not sure if you can guess how much there is.
I'd probably guess like 500.
Wow, you're actually pretty good.
Really? That was literally just a number out in the air.
Yeah, just over 500. I think it was like 543 or something like that. But yeah, talk about an insane amount of factories that Nike has around the world. If China goes down, then they obviously are clear for whatever happens, because they didn't put all their eggs in one basket.
I don't know, man. I'd really love to see some Canada factories, you know? I want to see that maple leaf on products.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, wasn't there a recent proposal for a Canadian company that was getting bought out? I saw like some news about that or something. I forgot which company it was. Because the last company I know Well, no, I wouldn't say the last, but one of the biggest companies I know that got bought out by United States, or a firm in the United States, I should say, is what was it called? I even forgot what it was called. Hudson Bay Company.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
the Hudson's Bay Company. Yeah.
And that was like one of the biggest like companies in Canada at that time to get bought out, and we thought we lost everything then.
That was one of the oldest companies in the world too.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the Hudson's Bay Company. It's one of the oldest ones.
Wow.
I forget exactly what year, but it is one of the oldest companies out there.
I think a lot of people were very saddened when that happened, that kind of transaction. But yeah, no. And then I think, was it Chateau Whistler?
I don't know.
Or actually Whistler Mountain itself. Like the Whistler, Whistler has two mountains, right? So they have Blackcomb and Whistler Mountain. I think both of those were going to be on sale, or I don't know if it got sold or it didn't sell or whatever, but that was up for sale too. And then another American firm was going to buy it out. So I'm like, oh my God, is there is there anything in Canada that's not owned, that's not owned by a U.S. firm?
Tim Hortons got bought out too.
No way.
Yeah, Tim Hortons is not Canadian
didn't hear about
anymore.
That.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Let me just double check when that happened, but Tim Hortons.
Wow. That was like a Canadian staple, like another one.
It was I can't find it right now. Tim Hortons US, because I know it was a few years ago. On August 26th, Burger King agreed to purchase Tim Hortons for $11.4 billion.
Burger King?
So Wendy's purchased Tim Hortons in 1995 for $580 million. And then there's a merger deal which Burger King and Tim Hortons will combine. So who really owns Tim Hortons?
No one. Wait, so Tim Hortons was long gone as far as a Canadian company back in 94 then.
Or
is Wendy's American too?
Oh, here we go. Globalnews.ca. Here we go. Let's see. Tim Hortons wants to remind customers it is still very much Canadian. So, so Wendy's acquired it in 2014. US and Brazil-based 3G Capital merged it with Burger King under a new parent company. So I guess it's partly bought out by a US company.
Is Wendy's Canadian or American?
I don't know.
I think it's American.
Wendy's American? Question mark?
If we were only sponsored by Google right now.
American.
American.
Yeah. What would we do without Google?
So we were long gone before, like in 94. It was like never really a fully owned Canadian company all the way back in 94.
I guess from what I read, if I read that correctly, yeah, I guess so.
I thought Burger King was going broke.
Unless Burger King's Canadian?
Oh, here we go again.
Burger King Canadian question mark? American.
Wow.
That Burger King was in talks about buying Canadian restaurant Tim Hortons. Yeah.
My God. All right. Well, that's disappointing. So does that just mean that'd be so awesome if they have like a little Timbit section, those like little cases that they have, and then they have it at Burger King so you can buy like Tim Hortons donuts with your meal.
That'd be so awesome. Could you imagine?
That'd be so sick.
Would you like some Timbits with your Whopper today, sir?
Hell yeah. Oh, speaking of burger joints, have you ever had In-N-Out burgers?
Yes, once.
Once.
Where
in Vegas.
Were
you when you? Oh, Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't think there's that many locations in Vegas for it, but yeah,
I think
no,
there's
definitely.
Two in Vegas? Two or three?
It's mostly in California, but I think they branched off a little bit. But yeah, that's amazing.
I was so happy.
Did you actually think it tasted good? Like, okay, well, first of all, there's taste, right? And then there's price. So I think that price is ridiculous for what you get. And then taste is pretty good. But what did you think in terms of like, tasting test of your, I don't know, palate that you have?
Well, I love burgers. Okay, let's put that out there. Burgers taste amazing.
Yeah.
And for me, In-N-Out Burger was kind of like, what's the term they use? They're like slam burgers. So you've got.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So for a slam burger, it was like, it wasn't amazing or anything like that, but it was a good burger. I think what I really liked was the fries they had. It was these special, were they curly fries? I can't remember what they were, but those fries were delicious.
Did you try the animal fries?
Maybe that's what it was. Animal. That's what it must have been.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's like a secret menu.
I don't know. My memory's pretty hazy. I could be completely wrong, but all I remember was the fries were delicious, and it was packed. Dude, we waited in line for like a solid, like half an hour.
Yeah,
and this was in the middle of the night too.
Yeah, exactly. And they're open till 1 a.m. I think.
Yeah, this was close to like 11 o'clock at night.
That's where everyone goes. Like after like a little bit of drinking or just before they hit the after club, they would all hit In-N-Out, and then they'll hang out for a bit, and then they'll go out and club.
What's crazy is up here in Vancouver, like once a year, they have the In-N-Out truck come up, and they like literally have people line up for hours to get an In-N-Out burger. I don't think that's worth it. That's a little too intense.
I think they host it in like Surrey or something.
Yeah, it's like Langley or Abbotsford, Surrey. Yeah, somewhere out there.
Yeah, and then like within 15 minutes, it's like gone.
It's all gone. Yeah,
and they're driving back.
I don't think that's worth it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me a good burger, but I'll settle for a McDonald's one down the street.
Yeah, no, In-N-Out Burger is pretty awesome. It's really cheap too. So I think that's the thing. It's cheap and it's fresh. And the reason why they can't expand nationwide and also up to Canada is because they need to actually contract with like places that actually make beef fresh every day. Which are basically farms, and then they need to be able to contract with them because all In-N-Out burgers come from certain farms directly on the same day, and then they sell out every single day.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they don't use any frozen fries, frozen meat, nothing's frozen, everything's fresh, delivered in that time when they're closed from, I think it's like 1 a.m. to like 7 a.m. or something, or whatever the time is. And then they restock and then they go at it again.
Dude, you're making me so hungry.
That's why they're so popular.
Dude, I want a delicious burger right now. A nice juicy burger with some nice fries and a nice Coca-Cola.
Oh man.
So speaking of burgers, here's a question for you. What's your take on like Beyond Meat or the Impossible Burgers, Impossible Meat?
What were those again?
Plant. They're meat alternatives. They're plant-based.
Plant-based. Plant-based.
So going forward, I think we're going to start to see a lot of places use these substitutes. Because
it's because of the vegan movement or whatever.
It's not necessarily like a vegan movement thing, but it's a lot better on the environment, like environment wise. A huge part of the gas emissions are come from cows.
Really?
So, yeah, a big part of the emissions. I forget exactly what the name of the emission is, but the I think it's CO2 pollution comes from cows and farming. And that's greatly reduced if you're just using plants.
So I don't get why there is an increase in CO2 if we use animals or whatever.
I think it's because they're farting.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding. From my understanding, that's why. That and all the water that they drink and like to feed, and plus it's not, it's
really
inhumane the way that they treat them.
No, but like I just don't understand. Like, so if we slaughter them, right, and then we eat them, then isn't that kind of controlling the amount of cows that is like able to?
Yeah, but they have to grow up first.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And there's a whole bunch of them just sitting on a ranch.
You know how it is. It's with age comes more farting. So when they're young, they shouldn't fart too much. No, but like I didn't hear about that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So apparently, farming is a very big contributor to the CO2 emissions. So it's not just the factories and stuff.
That's fucking hilarious. Well, how about our farts? Like, are our farts like fucking?
Are we farting every 30 seconds? I don't.
Are we a big contributor? Us humans?
I'll have to double check and fact check that just to be 100% sure.
You know what? One day they're gonna have all lactose-free milk, all lactose-free cheese, everything, just so people don't fart.
Well, beyond meat. So they started off with burgers. Now they've moved on to sausages too. So like pretty soon they're gonna have like everything, and they're actually being served at restaurants.
Oh, I've heard like some like vegan-driven companies that have made meat substitutes, and whether they're plant-based or whatever. And a lot of people said they've tasted just like the regular meat that you would get.
So I've only tried one. And that was the A&W burger with the Beyond Burger, and honestly, it was pretty good.
Oh, they have one, like actually a fast food menu.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was like specialized restaurants and stuff that you got to go get like from the vegan or vegetarian side. Or
no, that's why it's exploding right now, because like you can go to A&W, you can get the Beyond Burger. Cactus Club in Canada uses the Beyond one. Like there's tons of restaurants that are using Beyond Meat right now. And then in the States, I believe it's what's that, White Castle? They're using the Impossible Burger, which I really want to try. Same idea, just different company.
Oh, okay. So is Impossible Burger and Beyond Meat, are those two companies?
They're two separate companies. Those are the names of the companies. Yeah, of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So just for my own understanding, because I'm just like, I thought you're talking like, I thought you're adding adjectives to these meats.
No. Two different companies.
Okay. I see. Okay. That makes total sense now.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty good.
And you can even
I might try one.
I'm pretty sure you can even go to like just Superstore and Safeway here and buy some. Like the local, the bigger grocery chains are starting to carry like Beyond Meat.
Oh wow!
Like you don't need to go to a specialty store anymore. They're branching out like crazy.
Maybe I will try. But I mean, like you gotta have some type of meat in your system.
Well, I mean, yeah, but maybe to like cut down on the amount of meat instead of having meat like so many times a week, you have it a couple times, but you can still enjoy that delicious burger.
I swear to God, like food one of these days is going to be like space food. Like, you know what I mean?
So here's the thing so the next step that I still think is quite a ways away is lab grown meat. So
what?
Yeah, so they're already testing this, I believe in China, and
great.
Literally, they're using like the stem cells from the animal to like literally grow like the perfect like food.
Really?
So some of the pros that people were talking about is you can have like the perfect steak, like it doesn't have all the fatty like you get all the stuff you want in the meat, and all the stuff you don't want you can cut out.
So like you can determine how much fat, how much protein that you're actually going to have. I mean, that's revolutionary, but also like what? So like they just grow it on a petri dish and then they transfer it onto a plate and it just like it just comes out of thin air type of thing.
I don't fully understand that either, but that's what it sounds like.
Or no, here's a little seed for beef. You just put it in the soil and then put some water on it and it grows.
Or like 3D printers. Like there'll be like a food printer. Like they already have food printers, but they obviously stick to just one food item. And it's like
they have food printers?
Yeah, I think they've got like these cookie ones. So it like puts a little cookie dough out.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, they already have it for like meat and steak? I was like,
no, not quite there yet. No. But 3D printing is going to revolutionize the world.
I think so. 3D printing actually is now printing like whole houses.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I got to use my 3D printer. I don't know
how. Yeah. Hey, you know what though? That'd be such like a Mr. Beast type of episode if you got like, I don't know, like 1,000 3D printers, and then each machine puts out like a different part, and it just keeps printing and printing and printing, and then you just build like a house with it. That would be. I think you should do something like that. Well, you only have one, but you know you can make something.
We'll stick to small scale stuff first.
You should make a since you just got a bike, right? You should make like something for your bike. Like try making like a bottle holder or a phone holder or something.
So I've already got an idea for something I wanted to make. Yeah. So I want to make so my bike doesn't have a bike stand. So I want to create a 3D printed little stand that you can use to prop up the bike to take photos of the bike with. So that was going to be one of my next, maybe not the next video, but and then in the coming soon.
In the near distant future.
In the near future, it'll be one of those videos.
That would be pretty cool. I'd watch that.
So
for sure.
I'm still trying to work out the details on that, but that's what I'm looking at.
Are you pretty nifty with the whole like 3D software?
Absolutely not, which is why I haven't used it. Water tastes so good.
The H2, fucking no.
You know, the funny thing is when I was younger, I used to hate drinking water. Like I would always want pop. I would always want like Coke. And then one day I went to the doctor and she pretty much called me fat.
Are you serious?
I'm not even kidding you.
Were you that like? Were you that big?
I was a little on the overweight side when I was younger.
Are you serious?
Because
wow.
And she's like, "You can't have this. You can't eat this." And pretty much,
she put you on a Jenny Craig program at like elementary.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like pop and stuff, that got cut out. Like it was literally, it just turned into water. And now I drink water all the time. Or actually, not enough. That's good though. But I love water.
What's the daily water intake? Is it 2 liters?
Yeah, I think so. 8 glasses, 8 cups,
8 glasses. Yeah, 2 liters. I think. I don't know.
You're asking me to do too much mental math right now.
I don't know what it is, but whatever the amount is, I think I drink like 3 glasses a day, which is clearly not enough.
This bottle actually tracks how much you drink to make sure you meet your daily intake.
Yeah, link in the description below if you want to purchase.
Not sponsored, by the way.
What brand is it?
It's Hydrate.
Oh, wow. Can they be any more creative?
They're keeping you hydrated. No,
you should make a parent company called Dehydrated.
Oh, honestly, it's really cool. It even lights up too to remind you to like drink and stuff like that.
Is it like every hour or something?
I don't know. It just, there's only like 2 options. It's like notify you all the time and notify you when you're behind on drinking. So I have it on set to all the time. But to be honest, I'm not 100% sure when it's supposed to light up, but like, I don't know.
Mind you, the way you drink your water and the water drinking habit that you have, it really depends on your daily routine. So like if you're actually like just sitting at your desk all the time and you're not really going to the gym or doing exercise, then that water bottle will immensely help you. But if you are someone who goes to the gym a lot, then obviously because you sweat so much and you lose a lot of sodium, which is salt, you need to compensate that by drinking more. So just in case you go, but when you go biking and stuff, I'm pretty sure you have a bottle that you just freaking chug without thinking about it.
I bring 2 water bottles because they go by so fast.
Oh, you went bike riding not too long ago though, right?
Yesterday I went for a quick bike ride. Yeah.
How long did you go for? Like, did you track how far with your Apple Watch or anything?
I used Strava. I did. It was about 10 kilometers. So
wow.
We went down to New Brighton New Brighton Park. So if you know where the Ironworkers Bridge is, it's just a little park just to the left of that.
Oh, I didn't know there was one there. But yeah, okay. I thought they were all shipping containers there and stuff.
There is, because that's where the rail yard is. But there's an actual park as well, just like tucked in behind there. And it was a nice bike ride. I went with my buddy, and we went. They call it, I think, the Trans Canada Trail. So you jump on that trail, and you kind of go down, and then eventually you hit the park.
Trans Canada, you can go across Canada, right? It's like,
from my understanding, if you stay on that trail, theoretically, I think you can cross all of Canada.
Wow.
Like, it'll obviously kind of cut in and out, but eventually you should be able to.
Wow.
But yeah,
amazing.
Getting there was easy. It was going home. That was the hard part.
Oh yeah, because it's all downhill most of the way.
Yeah. So going up the hill, we biked up the first portion. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we get to the very bottom of the hill. And I just remember we both look at each other and we're like, yeah, we're walking this. We're not
Is it sorry, did you is your bike, how many speed does it have? Like what's the
I think it's a 9-speed.
Gears and stuff.
I think it's a 9-speed.
Oh, 9-speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
It's a gravel bike, so it's meant for like the road and like off-road trails as well. It's not a mountain bike, but you can still do trails.
Right. Just walking trails, right?
Yeah. But even paths that aren't that are dirt trails, like you can do that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've always wanted a bike, but you know what I want? I want a Super 73.
Dude, those are so nice.
Like, speaking of not even exercising, because that's pretty much just a pull the trigger and go type of bike. But they were popular back in 2019, and then I think they're coming out with their new models now, and they're still popular. But I was like, oh my god! And you can go, I think it was 40 miles, or no, sorry, kilometer. Let's change that to 28 miles an hour. Which is close to, I would like to say 45 to 50 kilometers an hour. So it's pretty fast.
Not only that, they look cool.
They're like to be honest, they're like those, what are they called? They're like an off-road pocket bike back then. Like you could stick a motor in there if you really wanted to, like put a Honda 4 horsepower motor in there, and you can actually run it with motor, but that kind of defeats the purpose. But yeah,
it's funny you keep saying back then, like 2019, and when you're like, I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's saying back then, what is he gonna say, like 1995, 2001? You're like 2019. I'm like, dude, that was like 6 months ago.
no, it's called That Was So Last Year. You know.
Where does the time go?
No, because it's funny because now things are associated, like the time associated to the relevance of today's kind of trends are now based on year by year instead of it being like a decade ago. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's
it's kind of like Sorry, no, go ahead.
No, so I cut you off, but I was gonna say, there's so many new things coming out faster than before, and
right, exactly.
And especially with this, with the digital information age, everyone's able to know everything right away.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why I was saying, like, back then, because it's kind of like nowadays. Back then is like a year. Like anything basically, when it turns the January 1st of whatever year, that's when time changes. Like, that's when you can start saying, oh yeah, back then, and it was like only like 4 months ago, but it's still like a different year, But
if you say back then, in my mind, I'm still picturing 1994, 1996.
Yeah, definitely. But like, for example, if I say back then, we used to have a VHS instead of, DVDs, or even DVDs is now obsolete too. So
I mean, you could just say last year.
I could, but I'm trying to keep up with the trend.
Keep up with the what's I can't even talk. I was gonna say, is that what the kids are saying these days?
Yeah, that's what the kids are saying these days. And you got to keep up with the times.
Back then, dude, that was like 2 months ago. Yeah, back then.
It was funny. Speaking of kids and stuff, and you know how we keep saying like millennials and millennials?
Yeah.
Right? That is such a overused term, to the point where a lot of people don't even know what millennial actually means, because of the fact that if you actually look at the time frame of when millennials are, most people that are in their 20s, even in their, I think, mid-30s, is considered a millennial.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And I think millennial, the term, got overused so much that we're starting to put the other generation in with the term. So then we think kids that are in high school now are millennials, but they're not. They're a completely different generation now, which is actually... But millennial just comes off the tongue easier.
It comes off so much easier.
Instead of saying... the actual like term for the new generation is called Generation Z or Generation Z, wherever you're from, the States or anywhere else in the world, however you say Z or Z. But yeah, it's called Generation Z. But then, I don't know, some people shorten it to Gen Z or Gen Z, whatever. But it just doesn't come off as like millennials, Yeah,
millennial's good. It's nice.
Yeah. But then... when we say millennials, it's kind of like we're talking about ourselves, But then when you say millennials, people refer them to as teenagers, or, people who are new freshmen into college nowadays or something like that.
Is Gen X the baby boomers?
Gen X is the baby boomers, yes. I believe so, yeah. So, yeah.
I can't keep up with all these code names.
I know, right? Millennials is like such an overused term, I think, now. And now it's, what's popular now? Karen. That's a new term of 2020. Don't be such a Karen. I don't know what the guy version is. Do you know what it is?
Was it Kevin, I think. Was it
Was it Kevin?
Here, let's Google it here.
Our best friend Google here.
Male version of Karen. Ken.
Oh, that's great. That's great. It's me, everyone. It's me. I am your unfortunate.
You know what? I think it really depends on who you ask.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's see here.
So if I ask you, it's Ken.
It's a snapshot. Yes. I would like an answer, not a full story.
Man, you
Or
sound
Kyle.
fucking hilarious.
Kyle.
Right
So some people say Kyle, Ken, Kevin, or Steve.
Where the hell does Steve come into all of this? All of a sudden, they just went off the K train and went straight to Steve?
And some people are saying Chad. So you know what? Honestly, it's really up in the air. It depends who you ask, I think.
Okay, well, I don't think much people start calling male figures those names anyways. It's more to do with like the women for some very odd reason.
Yeah, and I think the reason why the terms exploded is because of the pandemic, and a lot of people that are like trying not to wear a mask and stuff and not obey the rules. I think that's what's really getting people like they're being filmed on social media, and that's just exploding.
So where did the term Karen come from? Is it because of someone doing something like they're arguing, and then that person just happened to be Karen, like the name?
I have no idea.
Here we go. Here we go with the Google.
It's like history. I just wrote history. I didn't even put a history of Karen.
She got like, where did Karen come from?
Let's see. It's evolved. It's hard to confirm the true origins of the meme. It is believed it is derived from a Dane Cook comedy routine.
Dane Cook? I haven't heard of that name in a while.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's like... It's definitely evolved, though. So let's see. Yeah. So according to this website here, it says... The Karen meme has evolved to reference a hairstyle, white women who ask to speak to the manager, and people being racist in public. The meme is often combined with, "Can I speak to the manager?" which is what I think most people are familiar with.
But now with this whole like racism thing and everything that's going around, now it's even more accentuated.
Yeah. Where like, for example, like, if they don't want to put on their mask, they'll like be like, "I want to speak to your manager," and they'll be like, "I have a medical condition."
Yeah. The people who just won't take no for an answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Times really have changed. It's making people go crazy now.
I don't know. Watching those videos of people like, "It is my right to shop in this," or it just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's like, as a business, it's our right to refuse entry for any reason we want. And especially because you're not following protocol.
Yeah.
Like, that just infuriates me watching those videos.
I was watching a video on Facebook. And then it's basically this two Asian ladies. One of them is an entrepreneur, and they live in, I forgot if it was Orange County, California, or Hollywood somewhere, but they went out for kind of a beachside lunch. And then they were sitting down on the outdoor patio. And then this one guy, he's a white guy, and he literally went to the bathroom. And then on the way to the bathroom, he passed by these two women that were both Asian. And his only comment to them was basically, "Go back to your country." And then he just kept walking all the way to the bathroom, right? And then when he came back past the two girls again, they confronted him. And they were having their phones out and stuff, right? And then he goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think you even know what you're talking about." And then so he just went back and sat at his table with his wife. And then they complained to the staff members, and then they went over, and then basically at the end of it, they kicked him out. But
it sounds familiar. I think I remember hearing this story.
Yeah, but it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Just even today, I saw a news in Vancouver where there was a guy who refused to wear a mask and then started doing or started saying, about racist comments towards people. And I'm like, oh, these are like the entitled people. You know what I mean? Like if a company, if a business has a certain rule that that it's not illegal for them to put up that rule. It's, everyone's abiding by it. And if you want to shop in there, you just have to have on a mask. If you walk in there without a mask and then you just say, oh, sorry, I forgot, I'll go back and get it, and then come back in with a mask, totally fine. Do your shopping. It's not going to kill you to wear a mask for 10, 15 minutes while you grab something and then come back out, take off your mask after you get out. Like, I don't see what the problem is with that. And I think that itself is like mind blowing to me.
It drives me nuts
how people's mind work. Oh yeah. Drives me nuts all the time. And especially because I kind of for us Asians, right? Like in an Asian country is very accustomed to be wearing masks, right? But Western countries is not. So I kind of saw this coming already, that in a Western country, it's going to be hard for people to adapt into thinking what a mask does.
But here's the thing: is why is it so hard when we already have no shoes, no shirt, no service? It's like it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, if you walk
it's
into
part of the dress code.
Right. If you walk into a store without a shirt and then they clearly state that policy, it's not illegal to state that policy. And if you get pissed off at it, then you're just as bad as a person that says, I'm not wearing a mask. I just don't get it. I don't know. Some people just feel too entitled. That's what I think. I think it's just entitledship. They think they have the freedom. But, I mean, it strikes up another argument.
That's when a whole other topic. We can go on for hours.
Yeah, exactly. If people say, oh, I have the freedom to do this, then it's like, well, we can make the freedom for anything. I mean, if we make whatever the law has right now in place, because a law is technically, if in their terms, having a law is not freedom. You know what I mean? Like having police force handcuff people for whatever crime they did, that's a law. But if we didn't have that law, then people would be running all over the streets, like shooting and killing people. And, if they want that, then of course they're going to argue back and forth, but it's just a never ending battle. It's almost, agree to disagree with them. But it's just stupid. Like, I know personally some people that I know who are like that.
And here's the thing is there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah, there's like a whole movement.
Here in Vancouver, there's a movement. I think it was like, it's something like no masks, just hugs or something like that. Where they literally walk around like promoting no masks.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. I think, you know what? We're just not perfect as humans. And even I think that the other thing that I think kind of pisses me off as well is the fact that there's a lot of people in Canada that talk shit about the United States and how much crime is going on, how much racism there is, and everything like that. But then when it happens to us, they don't say anything.
I know. Yeah, double standard.
Exactly. It's such a double standard.
Yeah.
And I've always been saying us Canadians are no different than the Americans. Like, we might not have such a big population of African Americans and that type of, white versus black type of thing going on. But like, we do have racism against Asians, against like Latinos, Europeans and everything. Like, it's silent, but there is. And obviously you can tell by all these videos that's being posted of, basically people are being racist and popping up more now because it's just more of a hot topic and people are more inclined to recording now, I think, than back then. Like back then, everyone would be a little embarrassed to pull up a phone and start recording another person. But nowadays it's so customary to do so.
It's just a standard.
Whenever Yeah, it's almost like a natural reaction for an average person.
Like, hold up.
Yeah, exactly. Where you're talking to the camera, and then the funny thing is they keep talking about it. Like the other person who should be shutting up by now will keep talking, and that's just hilarious to me. They know they're being recorded. But yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot more eyes in the world. Like everyone's watching.
Yeah. There's everyone watching, and then there's a point where there's too much watching. Like what I mean by that is like a lot of people just stare and look, but they don't like help.
That's the bystander effect, what I mean? Though.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it's called, the bystander effect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where it's like, because you're just going to be like, oh, no, the next guy's going to do it. And then that guy's thinking, oh, the next guy's going to jump in. And the next guy's thinking, oh, the next guy's going to jump in. Oh, we're all doing the same thing. We'll all just stay here.
Yeah, we're all just stay here and start recording and someone will jump in. Yeah, that's true.
Definitely. Well, guys, it looks like we're all out of time again. Thank you so much for tuning in.
If you haven't subscribed already to our channel, please hit the red button below and give us a like on this video if you liked it. And if you want to turn on those notifications for future episodes, we are posting every week, so you guys can tune in. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.
On the next one. I thought you were going to say the podcast thing, too.
Oh, yeah, the podcast.
All right, well, we're down to the last, 60 seconds here. Fuck it, we'll just leave it.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to cut, because I think it's going to cut out.
Okay.
Yo, I think it was about to cut. What a day, eh? I was trying to come up with the segue to be like, and that's all the time we have for today. But all I came up with was definitely. I'm like, this is not going.
What a day! What a day! Such a Canadian thing to say. What a day, eh?